Oh my goodness, what in the clam chowder happened here? Well, Emma, tell George about this. I can't believe he got a second time machine before me.
All right, folks, let me tell you, when it comes to video game adaptations, nobody knows more than me. I've seen the best ones and I've seen the worst, but we're here to rank them. Believe me, I know rankings.
Well, Donald, we'll see about that. I've played my fair share of games, and I think I've got a pretty solid perspective on this. Let's just try to keep it civil, all right?
Civil. Oh yeah, yeah, yawn, dot, 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 we're keeping it civil, right? Just, gotta stay awake here, but yeah, let's do this thing. Dot, 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 then I gotta say I'm a Pac-Man guy. Always loved the classics. Real simple stuff, you know.
Look, folks, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, a total disaster. What were they thinking? That movie was a joke. I don't even know if it was a video game adaptation or a bad dream. It didn't have the right vibe. I give it a 2 out of 10, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great. It's one of those films where you can see they tried, but the execution just wasn't there. A bit of a mess. I'll give it a 4. I mean, I love the game, so it's hard to be too harsh with that movie. Yikes.
Yeah, Mario movie, yawn. What was that, F tier or D tier? Maybe A, C? I don't know I. I'm just gonna go with C. C sounds safe. Good enough for me. Could have been better, but I'm tired.
Now we're talking. The Sonic movie, this was a win, folks. They listened to the fans, fixed the design, and it was a fun movie. Not perfect, but very solid. I'm giving it in a tier, you know it.
I agree. They really pulled it off. Jim Carrey as Robotnik was great, and the movie had a lot of heart. Not flawless, but a good time overall. I'm giving it an A tier too.
Yeah, Sonic, solid. A tier for sure. Yawn just whispers maybe. I'd say B tier. Yeah, B tier's good. A tier's a little too much energy for me right now.
Now here's something really tremendous. The Last of Us show, folks, this is how you do a video game adaptation. Incredible acting, great writing, and it stays true to the spirit of the game. I'm giving it an S tier. There's no question.
I mean, it's hard to argue with that. The storytelling was top-notch, and they nailed the emotional beats. It's one of the best adaptations I've seen in years. S tier for sure. The acting from Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey really stood out.
S tier, S tier. Yeah, I was watching that with Jill. Yawn, it's good, really good. Got to give it an S tier. Top quality, can't beat it, but yawn. Just need a quick rest.
The first Resident Evil movie, let's be honest, it wasn't exactly amazing. It didn't live up to the games at all. I give it a C tier. Watchable. But that's about it.
Yeah, I'm with Donald here. It has its moments, but it's far from the best. They kind of missed the mark with the horror, and it's a little too action heavy. I'm giving it a C tier as well.
Resident Evil. Yeah, sure. C tier sounds right. Yawn, I'm going to say. C tier, I'm just kind of fading out here, fellas.
Now this one, the original Mortal Kombat, it was a classic. So much energy, so many iconic moments. The fight scenes were great. I'm putting it in B tier, but honestly, I'm tempted to say a tier because it's still fun to watch.
I got to give it some credit. It's cheesy, but it's entertaining. It's a cult classic for sure. I'm going with B tier. It's not high art, but it's definitely enjoyable for what it is.
Mortal Kombat, yawn. B tier sounds right. Yeah, B tier, that's good. Good action, right? Yeah, B tier. I'm just going to rest for a second here.
The Assassin's Creed movie, I wanted to like it, but it just didn't hit the mark. The games are about stealth and history, and the movie didn't really capture that. I'd say C tier, not terrible, but a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's right. It felt a little too over-stylized and didn't do enough with the source material. Fassbender's good, but the movie doesn't do the game justice. C tier.
Assassin's Creed, yawn. Yeah, C tier. I remember the big jumps and the Age of Men. Yeah, C tier.
Okay, the Warcraft movie had some potential, but it didn't connect with a lot of people. It's too CGI heavy, and the pacing was off. It had some good visuals, but not enough substance. I'm giving it a C tier.
I think that's a fair point. The visuals were stunning, but the story wasn't as engaging as the game's world. It tried to do too much and ended up being a bit of a mess. C tier.
Warcraft, yawn. C tier. Yeah, C, I'm just going to close my eyes.
I gotta say, Detective Pikachu surprised me. It's not just for kids, it's charming, funny, and Ryan Reynolds absolutely nails the role of Pikachu. A tier for sure.
I agree with you. It's got heart. It's funny, and it brings the world of Pokemon to life in a way we haven't really seen before. It's a solid A-tier movie.
Detective Pikachu, yawn. A tier, definitely. Ryan Reynolds was great. Good fun. A tier.
The 2018 Tomb Raider movie, this one I gotta say was better than I expected. Alicia Vikander was solid as Lara Croft. It's not an S-tier movie, but it's definitely not bad. I'd say B-tier. It's a fun action movie, nothing more.
I think that's a fair assessment. It was a decent action movie, and Alicia Vikander was great. It didn't really break any new ground, but it was an enjoyable ride. B-tier for me, too.
Tomb Raider, yawn. B tier. Good action. Lara Croft, yeah, B tier. I think I'm just gonna nap for a minute.
Now this one, folks, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, it's a solid action flick. I liked it. It was fun. The special effects were good, and Jake Gyllenhaal did a fine job. It's not a masterpiece, but I'd put it in B tier. Definitely watchable.
I agree. It wasn't anything groundbreaking, but it was enjoyable. The action was decent, and it captured the adventurous spirit of the game. I'd give it a B tier as well.
Prince of Persia, yawn. B tier, yeah, lots of. Running and jumping, kind of fun. B tier. Yeah.
The Hitman movie, okay, look, this one was a bit of a mess. It wasn't awful, but it didn't live up to the game. The plot was predictable, and the action didn't feel all that thrilling. C tier.
Yeah, I'd say C tier too. It had potential, but it didn't deliver. The game is all about stealth and strategy, and the movie didn't really capture that. C tier.
Hitman, yawn. Yeah, C tier. Okay, just so tired.
All right, folks, we've ranked everything from The Last of Us to Hitman, and let's be honest, nobody does rankings like me, nobody. We've got some classics, some bombs, and some movies you should just forget about.
We had some fun, didn't we? From Sonic to Warcraft, there were a lot of mixed results. But that's the world of video game adaptations. Some hit, some miss, but overall it's an interesting ride.
S tier. A tier, yawn. Take care, fellas. I'm just gonna.
Joe? You good over there?
I think Joe's out, Donald. We should probably wrap this up before he falls asleep again. I need to play video games with Tyler, the creator, anyway.
S tier, a tier. Good night, guys.
Oh shit, we fucked up the timeline. Why is everybody profile pictures different?